Top 20 Dairy Farmer Tour Interview Questions and Answers. Curious about life on a dairy farm? Discover the top 20 Dairy Farmer Tour interview questions and answers to explore daily routines, modern practices, and insights from real farming experts. 1. What inspired you to pursue a career in dairy farming? My inspiration for dairy farming came from growing up around livestock and seeing firsthand the deep connection between animals, nature, and people's daily lives. Watching my family care for cows and produce milk instilled a sense of responsibility and pride in providing nutritious food. Over time, I became fascinated with how dairy farming blends traditional values with science and technology. The ability to work outdoors, contribute to food security, and develop long-term relationships with animals also attracted me. I saw dairy farming as more than just a job. It's a lifestyle built on dedication, early mornings, and sustainable practices. I wanted to be part of something meaningful, where my daily efforts directly contribute to nourishing communities. The challenge of managing both animal welfare and business operations also motivated me to continuously learn and improve. This combination of purpose, challenge, and reward is what ultimately led me to pursue dairy farming. 2. Can you walk us through your daily routine on the farm? My daily routine on the dairy farm starts early, usually around 4:30 a.m. The first task is checking on the cows to ensure they're healthy and comfortable. Then, the milking process begins, which takes a couple of hours depending on the herd size. After milking, we feed the cows with a carefully balanced ration to meet their nutritional needs. Mid-morning involves cleaning barns, inspecting calves, and managing health records. Any veterinary care, vaccinations, or hoof trimming is scheduled during this time. Afternoons are typically spent maintaining equipment, checking pastures or silage, and sometimes repairing fences or machinery. The second milking happens in the late afternoon or early evening. Afterward, we feed the cows again, monitor their behavior, and make final checks. The day often ends around 8 p.m. Dairy farming requires consistency, attention to detail, and endurance. Each day brings small changes, but the core responsibilities remain focused on animal care and productivity. 3. How do you ensure the health and welfare of your dairy cows? Ensuring the health and welfare of dairy cows is a top priority on the farm. We start by maintaining a clean and comfortable environment with proper ventilation, dry bedding, and enough space for cows to lie down and move freely. Regular health checks help us monitor temperature, feed intake, and general behavior, which can indicate early signs of illness. We also work closely with veterinarians for routine checkups, vaccinations, and prompt treatment of any conditions. Nutrition plays a vital role, so we provide a balanced diet designed by a livestock nutritionist to support milk production and overall health. Cows have constant access to clean water, and we follow strict milking hygiene to prevent infections like mastitis. We also minimize stress by handling animals gently and ensuring consistent routines. Our goal is to keep cows healthy, stress-free, and productive by combining attentive care with up-to-date health management practices. 4. What modern technologies or equipment do you use on this farm? Modern technology plays a key role in enhancing efficiency and animal care on our dairy farm. We use automated milking systems that not only streamline the milking process but also track data such as milk yield, temperature, and conductivity, helpful in detecting early signs of illness like mastitis. Our cows wear RFID ear tags or collars that monitor their movements, eating habits, and heat cycles, allowing us to detect reproductive readiness and any behavioral changes. We also use computerized feeding systems to ensure cows receive the correct ration based on their lactation stage or health condition. Climate control systems maintain optimal barn conditions, while manure management systems help us recycle waste into fertilizer. Drones or GPS technology assist with pasture management and silage inventory. Overall, technology has made it easier to improve productivity, enhance animal health, and reduce environmental impact, ensuring our farm runs sustainably and efficiently in today's competitive dairy industry. 5. How do you manage milking operations, manually or automated systems? We use a combination of automated systems and hands-on management to ensure efficient milking operations. Our farm is equipped with a modern milking parlor that uses automatic milking machines. These machines not only reduce manual labor but also maintain consistent milking pressure and hygiene, which are crucial for cow comfort and milk quality. Each cow is identified by an RFID tag, which allows the system to track her milking history, yield, and health indicators in real time. Although the process is automated, we still rely on human oversight to monitor the equipment, check for signs of udder issues, and ensure each cow is milked properly. We clean and sanitize the equipment before and after each session, and we follow strict protocols to avoid contamination. This hybrid approach allows us to benefit from technology while still providing attentive care to our cows, ensuring both productivity and animal welfare are optimized. 6. What steps do you take to maintain milk hygiene and quality? Maintaining milk hygiene and quality begins with proper cow health and udder cleanliness. Before milking, we wash and sanitize each cow's udder using approved disinfectants to eliminate bacteria. Only clean, dry towels are used, and teats are dried thoroughly before attaching milking equipment. Our milking machines are sanitized before and after every use to prevent contamination. We store milk in cooled bulk tanks immediately after collection to keep it at the ideal temperature of 3 to 4 degrees Celsius, which helps preserve freshness and quality. Milk samples are routinely tested for somatic cell counts, bacterial levels, and antibiotic residues. We also follow a strict protocol to separate milk from cows under treatment for any health issue. Staff undergo regular training in hygiene procedures, and we maintain detailed logs for traceability. These practices ensure that the milk we produce is clean, safe, and meets all regulatory standards for high-quality dairy products. 7. How do you track and record milk production from each cow? We use automated milking systems with individual cow identification through RFID ear tags or smart collars. Each time a cow enters the milking station, the system records her ID and collects real-time data on milk volume, temperature, and flow rate. This information is synced to our central herd management software, which tracks daily, monthly, and lactation period milk yields. The software also highlights trends and alerts us to any drop in production, which can indicate health or feeding issues. This data helps us make informed decisions about feeding strategies, breeding schedules, and health interventions. For example, if a cow's production declines, we can quickly assess whether it's due to illness, stress, or diet imbalance. Accurate record-keeping ensures productivity and allows us to measure the effectiveness of our herd management practices. In addition, it helps us select high-performing cows for breeding and cull animals that are underperforming, contributing to overall farm efficiency. 8. What's your approach to cow nutrition and feeding schedules? Cow nutrition is critical to their health, milk production, and reproductive performance. We work with a livestock nutritionist to create a balanced total mixed ration, TMR, tailored to each group's needs. Lactating cows, dry cows, and calves all receive different formulations. A TMR includes silage, hay, grains, protein supplements, minerals, and vitamins. Feeding is done at scheduled times, usually twice a day, to maintain consistency. We monitor feed intake closely using digital scales and record systems, ensuring cows are neither underfed nor overfed. Water availability is also a top priority, as hydration is essential for milk production. Any changes in feed, due to season, forage availability, or cow performance, are gradually introduced to prevent digestive issues. We also use feed additives as needed for rumen health, reproductive function, or immune support. Our feeding program is regularly reviewed based on milk yield data and health reports to ensure maximum efficiency and cow well-being. 9. How do you handle calving and manage newborn calves? Calving is a critical phase, and we prepare well in advance. Pregnant cows are moved to a clean, quiet maternity area about 2 weeks before their expected due date. We monitor them closely using cameras and direct observation. During calving, we assist only when necessary, allowing nature to take its course while being ready to intervene if there are complications. Once a calf is born, we ensure it receives colostrum within the first 2 hours, as this is vital for immunity. We clean and dry the calf, dip its navel in iodine to prevent infection, and place it in a warm, dry pen. Calves are monitored for temperature, respiration, and signs of distress. Feeding is continued with milk replacer or pasteurized milk, and we track their growth, health, and vaccinations. Proper calf care sets the foundation for a healthy, productive herd, so we emphasize hygiene, nutrition, and early disease prevention. 10. What signs do you look for to detect illness or stress in cows? Detecting illness or stress early helps prevent serious health issues and production losses. We train staff to observe cows daily for any changes in behavior, such as reduced feed intake, isolating from the herd, or abnormal lying times. Physical signs like drooping ears, dull eyes, labored breathing, or nasal discharge are red flags. Changes in gait or posture can indicate lameness. During milking, we monitor for abnormal milk color or consistency, which can signal mastitis or other udder issues. Modern sensors and activity trackers on cows help detect deviations in movement, rumination time, or temperature, key indicators of distress. We also keep a close watch on manure consistency, as digestive problems often present this way. Once symptoms are noted, the animal is isolated for examination and treatment. Early detection allows for timely veterinary care, reducing the risk of disease spread and supporting the cow's rapid recovery and continued productivity. 11. How do you deal with common dairy cow diseases like mastitis? Mastitis, an inflammation of the udder tissue, is one of the most common and costly diseases in dairy farming. We take a proactive approach by maintaining strict milking hygiene, including sanitizing teats before and after milking and regularly cleaning all milking equipment. Cows are milked gently and with consistent technique to reduce teat stress. We monitor somatic cell counts, SCC, regularly through milk testing to catch early signs of infection. If mastitis is detected, we isolate the affected cow and treat her promptly, usually with veterinarian-prescribed antibiotics, and ensure her milk is excluded from the bulk tank during treatment. We also use dry cow therapy during the non-lactating period to prevent new infections. Regular staff training helps ensure early detection and correct milking practices. Our goal is prevention, quick treatment, and minimizing recurrence by improving cow comfort, cleanliness, and overall udder health in the herd. 12. What is your process for cleaning and sanitizing milking equipment? Cleaning and sanitizing milking equipment is essential to maintaining milk quality and preventing bacterial contamination. After each milking session, we flush the equipment with warm water to remove milk residues. Next, we run a hot alkaline detergent cycle through the system, which breaks down fat and protein deposits. After that, a thorough rinse ensures no chemical residues remain. Before the next milking, we use an acid sanitizer cycle to eliminate any remaining bacteria and mineral buildup. All steps are temperature-controlled to ensure effectiveness. Rubber parts and teat cup liners are replaced regularly to avoid cracks where bacteria can hide. We also sanitize milk storage tanks daily, including their agitators and outlets. Staff are trained to follow strict standard operating procedures, SOPs, and cleaning cycles are logged and audited for compliance. These steps ensure our equipment remains hygienic, which directly impacts milk safety, shelf life, and our farm's reputation for quality. 13. How do you handle manure management and environmental sustainability? Effective manure management is critical for both hygiene and environmental sustainability. We collect manure daily from barns using scrapers and store it in a lined lagoon or covered pit to prevent runoff into nearby water sources. The manure is then composted or used in a nutrient management plan to fertilize fields, reducing our dependence on chemical fertilizers. We test the manure's nutrient content and apply it according to crop requirements to avoid overapplication. Liquid manure is often injected into the soil using modern spreaders, which minimizes odor and nitrogen loss. We also maintain buffer zones near waterways and implement cover cropping to prevent erosion and nutrient leaching. Our farm uses solar-powered equipment where possible and recycles water used for cooling milk or washing systems. These practices support soil health, reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and demonstrate our commitment to sustainable agriculture and environmental stewardship, all while maintaining farm profitability. 14. How do you balance animal care with farm profitability? Balancing animal welfare with profitability is about making smart, ethical decisions that benefit both cows and the business. Healthy, stress-free cows are more productive, so we invest in preventive care, quality feed, and comfortable housing. While these may increase upfront costs, they reduce long-term expenses related to illness, poor reproduction, or low milk yield. We monitor each cow's performance through data systems to optimize feeding, breeding, and health management. Efficient resource use, like automating milking or feeding, helps lower labor costs without compromising care. We also diversify income streams by selling manure as fertilizer or offering farm tours. Regular financial reviews help identify areas where improvements can be made without sacrificing animal well-being. Ultimately, the better we treat our animals, the better they perform. It's not a trade-off, it's a partnership. Profitability and animal care go hand in hand when you prioritize efficiency, planning, and ethical, science-backed management practices. 15. What's the most challenging part of being a dairy farmer? One of the most challenging aspects of dairy farming is the constant demand. It's a 24/7 job. Cows need to be milked and cared for every day, regardless of weather, holidays, or personal schedules. This requires physical endurance, mental resilience, and strong time management. Weather extremes, fluctuating milk prices, and feed costs also present financial risks. Another challenge is labor. Finding skilled, reliable help can be difficult, especially in rural areas. Disease outbreaks or equipment failures can also create sudden disruptions. Additionally, staying compliant with evolving environmental and food safety regulations demands continuous education and investment. Despite the challenges, dairy farmers must adapt quickly, solve problems creatively, and make data-informed decisions. What makes it rewarding is the sense of responsibility, the connection with animals, and producing a vital food product for society. But it's not for everyone. It requires deep commitment, strong values, and a passion for the lifestyle. 16. How do you train or manage new staff on the farm? Training new staff is essential for maintaining animal welfare, safety, and farm efficiency. We begin with a structured onboarding process that includes a tour of the facilities, introductions to the animals, and a review of safety protocols. New hires are paired with experienced team members who provide hands-on guidance in tasks like feeding, milking, cleaning, and health monitoring. We emphasize proper animal handling techniques, biosecurity measures, and hygiene standards. Written procedures and checklists are provided to ensure consistency in daily tasks. Performance is monitored closely during the initial weeks, with constructive feedback and regular check-ins. We also encourage open communication, so staff feel comfortable asking questions or reporting issues. Continued training through workshops, veterinary talks, or online courses helps staff stay up to date with best practices. Managing a dairy farm team means fostering reliability, teamwork, and a shared commitment to quality care. 17. What certifications or licenses are required for dairy farming? The certifications or licenses needed for dairy farming vary by country and region but generally include several core requirements. First, most farms must be registered with a local agricultural or food authority and pass regular inspections for hygiene, animal welfare, and environmental impact. Milk producers often need a dairy license or permit to legally sell milk, which requires demonstrating proper milk storage, cleanliness, and testing procedures. Farms using chemicals or medicines must have staff certified in pesticide use and veterinary drug administration. Animal welfare certification is also gaining importance, with programs that verify humane treatment and housing standards. Environmental permits may be needed for waste management and water use, especially on larger farms. Additionally, food safety certifications like HACCP, hazard analysis, and critical control points are increasingly required, particularly if the farm processes or packages its milk. Staying compliant not only ensures legality but also builds trust with consumers and buyers. 18. How do you market or sell the milk your farm produces? Marketing and selling milk effectively is vital for a farm's financial health. Most of our milk is sold through a dairy cooperative, which handles processing, packaging, and distribution. This ensures a stable market and regular payments. We maintain high milk quality standards to meet premium pricing tiers and build long-term relationships with buyers. Some farms choose to diversify by processing and selling milk directly to consumers, creating value-added products like cheese, yogurt, or flavored milk. In such cases, branding, packaging, and local marketing become essential. Social media, farm websites, and local farmers markets are great tools to reach customers directly. Transparency about animal care, sustainability, and quality helps build consumer trust. We also participate in community events and farm tours to educate people and increase brand visibility. Whether selling through cooperatives or direct to consumer, the goal is to combine quality production with smart marketing strategies for sustainable profit. 19. How has the dairy industry changed since you started? The dairy industry has evolved significantly in recent years. When I started, most processes were manual, and decisions were based on experience alone. Today, data-driven technologies like automated milking systems, health sensors, and digital feed management have transformed daily operations. There's been a stronger focus on animal welfare, requiring farms to meet higher standards and adopt more humane practices. Sustainability has also become a key concern. Farms are now expected to manage waste responsibly, reduce emissions, and protect water resources. Market demand has shifted too, with consumers preferring organic, local, and ethically produced milk. Additionally, regulatory oversight has tightened, requiring better record-keeping and more frequent inspections. Economic pressures from fluctuating milk prices and input costs have encouraged farmers to become more efficient and diversify their income streams. Despite the challenges, these changes have made the industry more resilient, innovative, and aligned with consumer expectations and environmental responsibility. 20. What advice would you give to someone interested in becoming a dairy farmer? If you're considering a career in dairy farming, my first advice is to gain hands-on experience. Work on a farm for a season to understand the physical and emotional demands of the job. Dairy farming is not just a profession. It's a lifestyle that requires dedication, long hours, and a love for animals. Study animal science, farm management, or agricultural business to build foundational knowledge. Embrace technology early, as data and automation are essential tools for modern farms. Learn from experienced farmers, attend workshops, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Financial planning is also crucial. Start small, budget carefully, and consider joining a cooperative or mentorship program. Most importantly, be patient. Success in dairy farming takes time, consistency, and a willingness to adapt. If you have the passion, persistence, and respect for both nature and business, dairy farming can be an incredibly rewarding and impactful career. Thanks for exploring the top 20 dairy farmer tour interview questions and answers. We hope this guide provided valuable insights into dairy farming life. Stay curious. Keep learning. Good luck.